Okay, let's see now about Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan, yeah, I spell it right. Well, I guess they have some problem with the border. They have some issues because they don't give it that nice red line, so I can actually see how the country ends and where it stops. But it's gonna be a tough one. Now, population. Oh, 7.2 million people and still growing. The growing rate is pretty much all over the place. So yeah, 1955 around 2 million people, still a lot, but much more manageable. That would be like 2.2% increase. That will translate roughly in 40,000 people. Migration also on the plus for around 3,000 people. Median age 23, fertility rate 4.8, huge one. And urban population around 30%. Now in 2025, the population grew from 2 million to 7.3 million and still growing. Yearly change is going to go down to around 1.5%. That will translate roughly in more than 100,000 people, which is insane. Migration on the plus with around 2,000 people, let's call it like that. Median age 26 years, so not that much. Fertility rate 2.7, so they increased quite a lot, but still well above replacement rate. And the urban population around 35%. You're gonna see Kyrgyzstan, it's one of those mountains countries, so it's gonna be pretty nice landscapes there. Now in 2050 they project the population is gonna go up almost to the 10 million people and still pretty much roughly 1% increase by then by year. That will translate roughly in 85,000 people, so still growing but a much slower pace, but still way too many people. I would say migrants go on the minus with around 6,000 per year. Median age goes a bit up at around 31 years old, and fertility rate goes at 2.2, 2.3, so still above replacement rate. Fertility rate of 2 is gonna be great, 2.1. But you have a huge population at 10 million almost, so for such a small mountain country, it's gonna be a tough one. But we're gonna see 45% population in urban area. Now life expectancy, keep in mind it's one of those mountains countries, so it's pretty tough up there. 72 years old for both sexes, females around 76, males around 69, so yeah, pretty high I would say. Infant mortality rate 11.7 and death under age of 5 14.1. Those are huge numbers, so clearly the medical system lagging way behind. Pyramid looks like this, looks like a Christmas tree. The base is pretty solid, the population is still growing, a lot of male surplus as you can see here, so if you are a male there you're pretty much screwed. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty basic stuff here. Economy, well, economy, keep in mind a lot of people and still growing population, and the GDP it's around 15 billion US dollars, which is pretty much nothing. 55 billion US dollars in PPP. That will translate roughly, look at this. Growing rate, again, to have those huge numbers because it's such a small numbers to start with. 6.3, 6.2, 8.4, 4.2, so just got in half they expect this year, so not that great, but still on the plus, at least they have that. GDP per capita $2,200, which is insanely low. I have no idea how those people actually live with those money, but we're gonna see it. In PPP around $7,000, 7,700 US dollars, so again not that much. And inflation 6.7%. Oh shit, that's a bad one. Have some nice pictures here and here, but otherwise, yeah, the main exporter UK. What the fuck they export in UK? Probably oil, petrol. What? I don't think they have that much, but that'll be interesting to see. Kazakhstan, Russia, and UAE, not that much interesting. They import a lot from China, Russia, and Uzbekistan, so pretty much their neighbors. Yeah, pretty interesting. Oh, that's nice. They have some nice storage, refined oil. So yeah, probably they export some oil. Who knows? Not that interesting when you see those such a low numbers. Just 10 million, 7.2 million people living with 15 billion US dollars in a country, in a mountain country like this. Good luck with that. Corruption. Let's check corruption in Kyrgyzstan. It's not gonna be a good score 100%, but Kyrgyzstan, where is Kyrgyzstan? I don't see it. No, we got to A, B, C, D, E, K. Where is Kyrgyzstan? No, it's not. Kyrgyzstan like this. I like the flag also. 25. Ooh, that's a bad one. That's a really, really bad one. Look at this right here. Ooh, shit. Good luck with that. Now, Kyrgyzstan, you can see here, one of those ex-Soviet country and also an ex-Russian Empire, whatever country for a long, long time. So clearly in the recent history, when you have, let's say, more than 200-300 years in the past from starting now under one, let's say, country umbrella, you don't have that much, I would say, of the history that people actually can remember that much. So it doesn't matter, well, that much in my opinion. Now, the same problem, I don't have a clear border, so I have to speculate a lot with this country. So hopefully I'm not gonna go too much outside the border. Look, I can even see where the border starts and ends. Probably here with the mountains. So we're gonna start in the mountains because, yeah, probably it's gonna be hugely awesome landscape here. So we're gonna start with that. Hopefully the quality is gonna get better. This is around 3,700 meters, so pretty high, I would say. Hopefully I'm not gonna go outside. Like I said, the borders, I trying to keep it inside, but when I don't have that line, it's gonna get tough, especially in the mountains. See, it's hard to fight in the mountains. It's hard to travel in the mountains. It's hard to even look at the mountains with Google Earth. We don't have that clear line. Now I have to go back again. I don't understand where I am right now. So this lake, I can check it pretty easily because anything there is pretty much in their territory. Hopefully it's gonna be a drone from above. Now it's just some guys on the beach here in the middle of the lake, but it's not the middle of the lake. So who make that 360? Shame on you. Ooh, let's check the beach here. They have a beach, so it's pretty nice. You have huge mountains, then you have a lake with beach, and the water, it looks pretty clean. So already it's a much better place to... Oh, look at the mountains. So far I really like it. Probably it could be the best country in the region to travel so far. And we have such a small economy. Maybe everything there is actually very cheap, so who knows. But I highly doubt that, and probably the traveling there is gonna be a nightmare. So extremely tough. Keep in mind, population is still growing. You have to keep in mind. Oh, why they build it so close to the... It's not a sea, it's a lake, but still. The water is pretty clean, especially for the lake. Phew. Good for them. It's obviously a landlocked country. I don't have to mention that again, but let's check those population here. Let me see how those people actually live. Oh, the road is not that great, but you know what? Not bad. I expected much worse. See, when you have a lower population, and we check Uzbekistan, I think, a few moments ago, this one already looks better, I have to say. And they are poorer than they from the per capita. So see, again, when you have less population, less people to deal with, you can have some pretty nice things. But let's not rush too fast. Oh my god, look at this, a nice Mercedes in the middle of nowhere with the mountains being... That's a great picture. I really like it, I have to say. we have, I think, let me check, we have Turkmenistan and Tajikistan and also Afghanistan, but yeah, Afghanistan kind of know what to expect. But from what I can see here, I am already amazed and I am prepared to declare the best country in the region. So hopefully they're gonna maintain that. Oh, that's a nice river here. Ooh, nice mountain, nice. Pretty good so far. They start really strong. I wanna stay only in the mountains, but it is kind of a mountain country, so I wanna check the cities too, the towns, whatever. Oh, pretty good. Look at this. They live in a tent, like we saw in Mongolia, but pretty organized, I would say. They are tents, but they're pretty organized tents, so I give them that. Oh, we have some mosque there or whatever, but I don't have a 360 to actually check it, so shame on me. Shame on them, not on me, actually. We have a road here. Let's check the road. Ooh, a road in the middle of nowhere. How well it's gonna be? Oh well, it's a dirt road, so yeah, not that well. We have some electric power here, nice mountains, some whatever construction, but some of them they look abandoned, and they have some cows there, I guess, or whatever. So what altitude, what elevation is 1,300 meters, so pretty high, I would say. Landscape pretty good. I don't mind those dirt roads. I prefer a dirt road than a really pathole. I don't like those lines. It's gonna make you a nightmare to travel on those. So it's gonna be a smooth dirt road if it is a dirt road. But I prefer the dirt road than having one of those tarmac roads, which are very full of potholes. Man, it's gonna struggle a lot to find the border in this country. I failed to find that city right now. So, but they look pretty nice. The road is pretty good. See, we have that much population to fuck them up. That's a tiny car. Obviously, it's disformed by the lens, but still. Oh, look at this one. What car was that? Let me check this one. That's an expensive car. That's a Toyota, I think. Look at this. Those are expensive cars. Again, if somebody watching the videos from there, I am curious how you make your money. How much money one of those cars costs there? Because here it's much more expensive, probably. Otherwise, I can see how you make the money from those cars. This is around 1,200 meters, and the road is not that great, I have to say, this one, but at least they kind of fixed them. They try to do that. 30 kilometers speed limit. You had no speed limit here. Just go as fast as you can. We have a lake here. We have a dam here, I think. Oh, let's check this one. Ooh, look at the mountains. Very nice. So I'm not sure if you are in the same region. Probably was a mistake, that 360 there. We have another one on the lake here. Huge mountains, but again kind of oh my god, I don't want to see this. Yeah, it's some people on the lake, but still not that appealing. Let's check this one. Lake, pretty good so far, I have to say. Not disappointed. Oh, it's actually pretty nice. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Actually not bad at all. Kyrgyzstan might be the best in the region. Where the border it is. My god, I can see it. It's around here. I have no idea if this is the city. What is this? From Kyrgyzstan? I'm gonna check this one. I'm not sure it's from the Kyrgyzstan. No, I'm not gonna go with that. See? That's why it sucks when you don't have a border. A clear one to see it. No, it's not from Kyrgyzstan, so good for me, I didn't check that. Oh, hate it. Hate it when I have to travel like this. So yeah, a lot of mountains. I'm gonna struggle to find some urban area if I don't know exactly what to look for. A lot of garbage here, which I don't like it. Otherwise, the landscape is pretty nice. Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Pretty goddamn good so far. Where are the urban areas? My god, I hate it. I don't have some. Yeah, let me check something else, because there's no way I'm gonna find anything like this. Let's go for the main city right here. No, fuck off. Then this one. Let's check it like this. No, it's fucked up. Like I said, we don't have the border and know exactly what we're looking for. It's gonna be tough. See, you don't even find it. Not even close. Hey, there's pretty much all over Google Street View, almost. So we're gonna have a good idea how those people actually live in this capital. There is some food corner there. It's a 360 here. Those guys, I don't know exactly what they're doing. It should be a street view, not a 360. Apartment buildings, yeah, communist at 100%. Expensive cars, a Lexus, whoa, very expensive car. Some Mercedes. Yeah, I don't like the architecture. Those are expensive cars, come on. Yeah, I still believe even those cars are dirt cheap, or they lie about GDP per capita. Otherwise, I cannot even see how those people can afford those cars, or they don't declare the revenue. I don't know. Otherwise, there is no way. Look at the bus. The bus station doesn't look that well, so yeah, that's a metrics that I use. This looks like a military track here. Quite a lot of traffic here. You can see it's a capital, but still, I have no idea what is here, but looks like something important. That Mercedes. Ooh. The price of the gas, I don't know the local currency, but they have 80 octane. What the fuck? And the diesel is more expensive than a gas. But a bad gas, not a good one, I guess. Yeah, I have no idea how much actually it is, but probably it's gonna be cheaper than here in the West. They have to, right? Whew, let's check this highway. Not a highway, it's just a road. Ooh, doesn't look that great here. See, in the mountains, how nice it was, and then we go to civilized world. This one, oh my god, you fucked up your car. When you go back to civilized, let's call it world, part of the country, everything goes to shit, and that's available for every single country in the world, so not just here. So yeah, clearly we are not that civilized in the urban areas. Yeah, it doesn't look well at all. Somebody probably living there. Oh, at least they have mountains in the back, so that's pretty nice. Let me check if I can see them again. Look at there. That's pretty good. But the housing pretty fucked up. Where are the mountains? Oh, right here. I hope I'm not going outside the border, but I'm trying to keep it inside it. The road, see, doesn't look extreme. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Probably a dirt road is gonna be better and much easier to maintain. What else can we see in this region? Well, yeah, did not expect much to see in the urban areas. The road here, it's usable, let's call it like that. Housing, you see some of the people just having great houses, big houses, new houses, but others just living like trash. Okay, we saw a city how those people live, and this is the main one, so I don't think you're gonna get better in another city usually. So yeah, here they don't have even a road. Yeah, I don't want to see here. Let's go back in the mountains when it's actually nice and see much more clear. Where the fuck is the border? Here. We can go even in those low arms. Hopefully we are in Kyrgyzstan. I have no idea. Maybe we can see something nice here. Oh yeah, it's gonna be better. See? Already better. This guy is much more happier than those living in the city back then. Look at this guy. This is living the dream, for God's sake. See the difference? Sometimes it's better to be a bit poorer, but have a much better life overall. Good for that guy. Buddy, never go in a city. Oh, look at this one. Even better. Oh my god. That's better than me, for God's sake. Yeah, if you want to visit a country in this region, probably just go in Kyrgyzstan. It's anything you want to see. Don't need to go elsewhere. Just stay there. Hopefully we are in Kyrgyzstan, for God's sake. I'm not sure, but hopefully we're still here. Here, yeah, it's in the middle of nothing. Not that much interesting, I would say. Oh, we have some 360 from these small towns. Ooh. Hopefully it's gonna be... There are a lot of green, so hopefully it's gonna be better. But they are in the winter, so... that's bad. Not a bad area, but... housing doesn't look that well. That guy in the mountains much better. Kudos for him. He made the right choice. Let's see where we are so far. Like I say, hopefully still in Kyrgyzstan. Let me check those mountains here. I'm not sure what is the highest elevation, but clearly it's a high elevation country overall. So pretty good, pretty good. 2,500 meters, and probably it's just almost half of that. A lot of cows, very happy cows. Look at it, it's much better than stay in a cage. Just this one's a bit dry, but there's a lot of grass around, so yeah, it's gonna be much better. Look at those expensive cars again, for God's sake. Could be tourist, who knows. Pretty good, I would say. Pretty good there. Again, if you're living in those poor countries, it's just better to live outside the cities in just beautiful areas, even if you have less things. It's gonna be definitely probably a tourist. Yeah, from all those countries that we saw so far, we have another two to see, so I'm not giving them the crown yet, but definitely looks better, especially in the outside area. If you wanna visit, you have mountains, you have pretty much everything you wanna see here. Got rivers, yeah. It is the best country, I would say, so far to visit. It looks even probably cheaper than the cheapest one that we saw by economic measurements, so I'm not sure, but this is how it looks. This is a high peak here, I think, but I cannot find exactly the border, so I'm gonna assume some weird stuff here. Ah, that's the border right here, right next to it. We're going. 4,000 meters. See, you can even climb a lot if you really want, if you are into that stuff. Yeah, pretty good so far. Pretty good. I kind of like it. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in a mountain area from what you can see here, but still, much better. Much better. Maybe they get lucky. I don't know. Just happened to just hit those 360. Great. But you have lakes, you have mountains. Stay away from the cities, no matter what. Hey, look at it. They have even those tents like Mongolia. So pretty nice. See, I have a Lada here. Somebody making a coffee here. Oh, coffee would be great here. A lot of cows. So oh no, the cows. Yeah, there are cows. Maybe a horse there. Yeah, a horse here. Clearly, you can have great meat there. I mean, come on, it's just better. See, when you have less people, how better we can do. Even if you have less money, less people, always better. It's gonna confirm again. I don't know if this guy fishing or whatever is doing there, but it's kind of weird. Oh, again, one of those expensive cars. And expensive shoes also. Yeah, I have no idea how much one of those costs, because like I said, look at the economy. Economics, 2,000 per capita. Come on, and the salary has to be less than that. The average wage, at least, not the minimum one. God knows how the minimum rate is, and how those people can afford those cars. What they're doing there. It's a lot of probably revenue that is not taxed or not declared. Otherwise, no idea how they do it. Probably this 360 was made by this guy. Oh, they have a lot of cows here. So clearly the meat is gonna be great in this. Look at this. Look how they raise their cattle. So much better. Yeah, if you wanna visit a country in this region, so far, not even a debate. Just go here and that's it. You're pretty much solved. Hopefully we are still in Kyrgyzstan. I'm not fucked up the borderline. Let's check these mountains. Yeah, we check mountains, like I say, outside. This is pretty much a travel country for the mountains and lakes and all that stuff. Anything else, like I say, in a city, whatever, don't even think about it. If you wanna go in a city, just go in Paris, Madrid, those kind of cities. Even there, be careful, there are pickpockets there. If you wanna see a city, you know. Otherwise, just go for the landscape in the countryside, mountains, lakes, rivers. That is much better and much more quiet, 100%, and probably cheaper. And like I say, you're gonna have a much better experience here. Not even trying to debate it. If you go in these urban areas like this one, you have to travel to them to go to your to your destination, at least pick one of those like this. Just wide roads. There are quite of traffic, but I guess not that much. Just try to spend as little time as possible in those urban areas, but in a countryside, that's great. Find a lake, go on the beach here. Look at this, not this one, but something like this, maybe a glacier lake. Nice mountains in the back. Pretty good, I have to say. Pretty good so far. I kind of like this country. It looks very, very, very nice. See, it is sometimes about luck. If you don't have a good landscape in your country, you should make great cities, but clearly they don't. And there's a lot of corruption here, so be careful with that too. Ooh, I almost forgot about that. A lot of corruption, so clearly I will not start a business here. But visiting this part, actually pretty nice, but this 360, I cannot understand nothing from that one. Yeah, mountain countries, very nice. I think we saw pretty much everything that we need to. Yeah, so far the best country to travel, I would say. And I am curious how cheap actually it is here. But yeah, otherwise pretty good. It has to be cheap, for God's sake, can't be that expensive. Yeah, if you live in this area, just tell me how much expensive it is to live here, how much money actually you actually make on the month, how much those expensive cars are costing there, and how much is the gas price, the housing price. I'm interested. And I have a feeling that your income is not exactly fully declared or taxed. Otherwise, I cannot understand how can afford with that little money so many expensive cars. So yeah, that's my take on this video. Well, pretty good, like I say. Kyrgyzstan, it's so far the best country in the region. We're gonna see what else am I gonna do tomorrow. Probably I'm gonna finish this region with those Turkmenistan and Tajikistan, and then go into Afghanistan to finish all those regions and then move east. So yeah, we're gonna see the next one.